Okay, we're just gonna get started. All right. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, season
Sorry,
two.
I gotta. I'm still. Was it season two? Is this? Are we starting up?
This is season two.
That's
Um,
why we had the long break. It was to
yes.
start a
Well,
new
it's
season.
it actually
Yes.
wasn't even that long. It was only 2 weeks again, I think. So
Oh, I
it's
see.
actually not bad. Three, two, one. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TBD3B. We're here for season two, the season two opener of the podcast. How are you doing, Elan?
I'm doing quite well, Patrick. How are you?
I'm doing quite well as well. And we've started a new season here because it's a new season of our lives. It's a new season in the it's actually not I'm lying. It's not summer yet, but it's
Almost.
almost summer. When's the official start? It's like in June, right?
Like June 20th, 21st. It varies, I think, year by year. It could be the 22nd too.
It's quite late because whenever I associate summer as basically when school ends, that's always a lot earlier it seems
Yeah,
than
they do call it summer break, right?
mm-hmm. They're lying.
No, no, but the reason is because it's the longest day of the year, the summer solstice.
And when is oh, that's June 21st, like when
Yeah,
it starts, right? Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. June 20th this year, actually. I just looked it up.
Wouldn't it make more sense for the summer solstice to be in the middle of summer? So then you like it's like a hill, right? You
Yeah,
if the lengths of the day are elevations of the hill, you'd want like the summer season to be the whole top of the hill, not like the top of the hill and then down, you know.
I don't make the rules, man.
You know what's interesting? So I think I don't forgot if we talked about this, but in Australia or like the southern hemisphere,
Yeah,
summer is like
in winter, it's crazy.
yeah, it's
It's in
like
December.
it's shifted. Yeah, I thought originally the seasons were associated with months, so then their winter was like hot, and their summer was like cold. But summer
Nah,
is still hot, winter is still cold. It's just different months.
yeah, it's crazy down there. Toilets flush in the opposite direction. The moon is upside down. Bonkers.
What was the first thing you said? The tide?
The toilets they flush in the opposite direction.
Oh,
I don't think that's
like the
actually true,
water?
but
Oh,
yeah, I think it depends on like which way the flushing mechanism goes. But that's what they
why
say.
would that happen if it
You never
flushes
heard
in?
that? Uh,
I think
toilets
I've heard it,
flushing.
but I don't know why that would happen. Just because you're in the other hemisphere?
The Coriolis effect. I'm not a physicist. I don't really know how it works.
All right, that's good. Yeah. So back to what we were saying. Season two. It's the end of year two of college. I think it was overall pretty good semester. Did everything turn out okay for you
Yeah,
at the end? All the grades came out.
I mean, numbers don't really define me, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm satisfied with how things
Satisfactory
turned out.
numbers this time. Yeah.
Yeah, they've met my parents' standards, so I guess
Mm.
that's what matters.
Did they meet your standards?
Oh, I mean, do I really have standards? I think that's a very arbitrary construct, if you ask me.
Why
I
is that an
think
arbitrary construct?
the standards, I mean, they vary person to person. There's really no need to target certain numbers. It's all meaningless in the end, right?
But you're still trying to meet your parents' standards. So that's not
My parents don't
arbitrary.
really have standards. I just kind of made that
Okay, okay.
up.
So,
what I do is I like impose what I think my parents' standards should be, and then I
mm,
meet those.
okay. That's good then. For me, I think met my standards, except for one class where I kind of dropped the ball. It was supposed to be the easiest class, also.
Is
Of
it
yeah, it
microeconomics?
was microeconomics.
Uh,
It just didn't work out,
oh no.
despite having a take-home final, with a 72-hour window. It still didn't work out. So, you
Oh
know,
no.
Sometimes
Oh
it's
well.
the easiest classes. Um,
Yeah, you don't focus on them, and I know how it feels. Writing
no,
about literature, same way,
yeah.
same thing.
That can't
You
have
don't
been
care about the
easier
class,
than that can't have been easier than data though, right? Writing about data,
writing about
literature,
literature, easier than what did you say?
than writing about data.
No, I don't think it was easier. You have to read a book.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
know.
hard.
Okay. That makes sense then. I was just comparing it to what you were saying with the dropping the ball in the easiest class. Thinking
Oh yeah.
micro, I mean, was it really the Yeah, it probably was. Like, yeah, it probably was.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
don't beat yourself up. I mean, you probably didn't do well because it was easy. You know,
that's an idea. I don't know about that one,
I
but
think I think that's why because you don't focus on it because it's easy, and then it turns out that you like undercompensated.
that's a good
So
theory.
yeah,
I would like to support it. Yeah, I'll adopt that theory. Yep, that's what happened. Solid work. So that was we finished up the finals. That was like 2 weeks ago, and we finished. That was what we talked about last time for our season
was it?
finale. I think so. We talked
Wasn't
about
this
that.
when was our season finale? Was that 2 weeks ago?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
We didn't know the grades from them, but now we do,
hmm
which is all right.
One of my classes, they still haven't released the grades for most of the assignments. They just
They
they just
just gave
released
the
the final
grade.
grade. Yeah,
That's a shame. I mean, maybe that's better. You know what's
I don't
funny?
know.
For one of the classes, computer systems 213, we were supposed to
hmm
do a meeting with our mentor, TA person, to do style grading, the last one, and then we just never did it. So I guess they just style graded by themselves.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm okay with it. It's all right. That was not my favorite part of the class.
Wait, so you would go over your code or whatever and then style grade?
Yeah, like I don't know how intense it was with other TAs. Luckily for me, I had a really chill TA actually. Like he was pretty awesome. He was really hard to understand because he had a Indian accent. I'm not discriminating against Indian accents, but his was hard to understand. And
Understandable.
understandable, yeah. And what was
No,
I
I
gonna
said
say?
that's an
Oh, yeah, oh, I
understandable
see, I
sentiment,
see.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, but he was really chill. So like, he just like look over my code and he'd just be like, "Oh yeah, that looks good, yeah." And he'd ask like some basic questions, and it wasn't very intense at all. And I don't know how intense it was with other TAs, so I feel like I might have lucked out because during our like meetings, weekly meetings as well, where the other students in our group we'd like have a weekly meeting, he'd like often let us either go early or sometimes he'd just like cancel altogether if there wasn't anything. So it was nice and chill. So I appreciate that of him. Made the course more
That's nice.
enjoyable, which is always a nice thing.
So I didn't have those meetings when I took the class,
Hmm.
so I got to skip all of them.
Yeah, but then you had more stressful midterms and finals. Like they
Eh,
had more weight.
I mean, more weight. I don't know about more stressful. You had the practice exams are kind of copy paste the actual
That's
exam.
true. I'm really glad they um we lucked out on the final for the class where like the main thing I was really concerned they were gonna do was have some kind of question about um, the virtual memory and doing all that like address translation with like TLB and like physical memory and that kind of stuff because that's
You
like a
know,
lot of stuff, a lot of steps.
just have your
And
cheat sheet, and then
oh yeah, I had
it
my
does it for
wait,
you.
I don't know where my cheat sheet went. It's like gone now. It's somewhere. I put a good amount of time in that. I should
Yeah, me
have
too.
kept it.
I still have it.
I know, lucky
It's in
you. You
the
like did it on
information highway.
yeah. Um but that's the past now. And now we're looking forward to the future. Have you done your scheduling meeting with your advisor?
No, I have
What?
that on Wednesday.
Oh, you have it on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. I had
I mean, there's
mine.
not much to say. I'm gonna be like, "Yo, can I take this class?" Which we
Oh,
already discussed,
yeah,
and then he's gonna be
yeah.
like, "Yeah, sure."
Okay, that's true. For mine,
And I
I
have
had
one.
no, go ahead.
No, it's just my one class.
Yeah. For my meeting, I had it like a week ago, and before the like during the meeting, I had basically this schedule planned out, and we talked through it, and he's like, "Oh, that's okay." And then I went to the scheduling website, and three of the classes were on the same time block this semester. So I don't know if I have to do another meeting with him because I've like changed my schedule now. It's like two of the classes I said before I'm not even taking now.
Nah.
Uh, I'm gonna assume it's okay. Like, hopefully.
What he's gonna do is he's gonna look and see that you had the meeting, and then unblock you from registering. And
Mm,
that's all. I think that's the only purpose of the meeting, to
okay.
unblock you from registering.
I really hope so, cause
And there's no
I
way
I
he's gonna
even
notice that you changed.
I even emailed him afterwards, and he hasn't responded to me in like 2 weeks about the thing.
Sometimes he misses me emails.
I
You gotta
know,
email him
so
again.
I might have to do that. That's more work though, but I don't want to do more work on something that should be easy. Um, but yeah, I forgot that for the fall, your scheduling is gonna be pretty easy, right? It's just one
Yeah,
class. Yeah, fun
living the
times.
life.
Yeah, good. Um, all right. So that was finals was 2 weeks ago. We had like a week in between before we started doing um our work for the summer. During that
Yeah,
week in between, what'd you
I
mainly
took a
do?
detour on the way home.
Yeah? Where'd you go?
Yeah, I went to New York City.
Uh-huh.
My first time. I did all the touristy things. I went up the World Trade Center. I saw the bull on Wall Street. I bought one of those I Heart New NY shirts.
Wait, is this still called the World Trade Center? Even though it
Yeah.
went down?
Well, yeah. I mean, the World Trade Center is like the complex.
Oh, okay.
Uh, so there's like one World Trade Center and two World Trade Center. So I went up one World Trade Center, which is the tall one.
Oh, there's still two towers? I thought when they like
No, no,
replaced.
no.
Okay.
There's no, there's like a whole complex of buildings, and they're all like
Oh, I
World
see.
Trade Center buildings. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So a bunch of them were destroyed in the 9/11, but they rebuilt them.
Wait, so when you went up them, is it like a tourist attraction building?
Yeah, yeah. There's like an observatory.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, it's the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
It's
How does it
pretty
rank
high up.
among the Do you know how it ranks among buildings worldwide?
Mm, I don't know. I can
Like
look it
I'm
up.
wondering how many more are like taller in the eastern. Like, is it, like at least one, but I don't know if there are any others that are even taller. I'm wondering. Than that.
I think there's quite a few actually.
Okay.
Sixth tallest building in the world, so there are five
Damn.
of them.
Okay, the west is just being outclassed then.
I
All
mean, there's more
east.
space in the east, more probability of other countries beating us.
Is that true? More landmass? Is that what you mean by more
More,
space?
I mean, sorry, I meant more countries. I just didn't know how to use words.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Does that help with it though? Just like building tall. Like how would
uh,
having more countries involve more
no, I
tall
mean, there's more
buildings?
countries that could build tall buildings. So therefore, it's more likely that one of them will have a taller building. Don't worry about
Hmm.
it. There are more tall buildings in the east.
Okay. I was just thinking because I didn't know how having more countries like would correlate with having more tall buildings. Like if you had a big country, you could have multiple tall buildings, couldn't you? Like the
Yeah, but they
US.
don't necessarily want to build more than one tall building. I mean, once
Oh,
you've already done one, why do another one? You know what I'm saying?
to one up yourself. Prove yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
It's probably a waste
nah.
of money.
I mean, the U.S. did that. They just kept building taller buildings, and then they stopped for some reason.
Yeah. Um, I mean, New York is full of tall buildings, right? It's like a lot
Yeah, it's kind
of
of crazy. It's like very dense. Where I come from, it's just there's like this little area where there's a bunch of tall buildings, and then it's suburbia beyond
yeah.
a vast expanse of flat suburbia.
So was that
But
like your initial reaction walking through the streets of New York? Just
yeah,
the
yeah, it's just
difference?
tall building after tall building after tall building for miles.
Yeah.
It's
How
crazy.
how dense or populated was the city when you visited? Like, were there a lot of people walking around on the
Oh
streets?
yeah, it was like back to normal almost. I mean, you
Okay.
had to wear masks inside a building, but other than that, I mean, restaurants were packed. People were walking in the streets. Times Square was full of people.
Yeah.
Magic shows going on. Street performers. It was a good time.
That's great. That sounds like
Yeah.
a fun time, yeah.
Oh, and I come back here, it's completely back to normal. You don't even need to wear masks.
Yeah.
Uh, I went to a restaurant today and I didn't bring a mask. That was a surreal experience.
Did you sit inside or outside?
Um, I sat outside, but that was
Oh,
only
okay.
because the weather was nice.
Hmm.
We could have sat inside.
Nice. Look at that. Life back to normal. I think
Yeah,
that's good. It's been a
pandemic is
while.
on tail end. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How are things in Oregon?
Um, like the main places I went to, so I went out with a few friends last weekend. Um, and inside the mall, everybody's still like inside the mall. We went to a mall. Masks were still required, so everyone was still wearing masks. Outside, you don't see masks really. We went to like a park and nobody was wearing masks, which is okay. I
Okay.
think people have already been doing that since it's outside. But
Yeah, yeah.
mainly inside, I think a lot of businesses and areas are still requiring masks. So it's not quite like back to normal yet, fully
Does
for
the
that.
state have a mask mandate?
I don't think so. I think they are complying or they're following basically what the CDC said with how if you're vaccinated, which I don't know how you're supposed to prove it
Verify.
or
Yeah.
verify. Yeah, I don't know how the owners of public thoroughfares are supposed to verify that, but I think you can just go without it. But a lot of like businesses, like the mall, whoever runs that mall, they still say like you need masks and stuff, and all the stores inside basically say the same. So it's kind of up to the businesses what they want to do.
Yeah. New York
I'm
was the same way.
I imagine it's like easier. You don't have to worry about that. I don't know, trying to figure out whether someone has a mask or not. I think there's less people that will be super mad about having to wear a mask. Um, so it's not a big issue. I'm okay with it. It's a little weird now, like just not wearing a mask. So I hung out with friends for like the first time where we didn't wear masks at all, and we were inside. It was
Uh huh.
a little strange, but it's getting
Yeah,
back
it
to
feels
it.
weird, right?
Yeah.
Going to the restaurant, I was like constantly reaching into my pocket to get out my mask because I kept forgetting. It was so weird. Yeah, you're not used to not having a mask on.
Yeah. It just
Um,
feels like your face feels a little weird. It's just like, I don't know. I
yeah,
think it,
I went
it
to the grocery store also, and the staff wasn't wearing masks either.
wow.
So no one was wearing masks.
Was this like a local place or is it like a chain grocery
It was
store?
a Kroger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know what their policy is, but I know like some companies they're like slowly doing that, like they have like deadlines or dates where people can like go into the stores and not wear masks. Um, yeah. I think all it requires is just more repetitions, just doing it more often, and it's gonna be pretty easy to get back to normal and to feel nothing strange happened. And
Yeah.
you know, that's what I'm hoping for because when we go back to campus, I really hope we don't have to wear masks. Um,
Why is that?
I just feel like it makes it easier to seem like you're back to normal if you also don't see masks. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, that's all. That's all my reasoning. It's just it makes it feel more normal. Um, though I think one good thing that came out of this pandemic, hopefully, is that it will be more normalized to wear a mask if you're like sick. You know, if you have like a
Yeah,
cold or
hopefully.
something, just wear a
Yeah,
mask.
hopefully.
Hopefully. Do you think you're gonna do that after all of this if you ever get sick?
If I can find my mask, I have a
Yeah.
habit of misplacing things.
That's true. I don't even know where I would keep. I mean, I guess I just like keep a mask or like a box of maxes somewhere. So
It's some random drawer somewhere, and
yeah,
you're gonna forget.
yeah. So New York, World Trade Center. Did you go to where other places did you go to?
I went to Battery Park. I mean, we didn't go like to the Statue of Liberty on the ferry because everybody seemed very opposed to that for some reason, saying it was
What is Battery Park?
underwhelming. It's like on the southern tip of Manhattan where you can see the Statue of Liberty, the
Oh,
Oval
okay.
Park.
Okay.
Um, so it was really small, actually, the statue. Like you couldn't. I mean, you could see it, but if you wanted to take a picture or whatever, it would be like 2 pixels in the distance.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, Statue of Liberty, not really impressed. Uh,
Maybe you'd be more impressed if you were on the ferry, like that was
yeah,
closer
that's what I
to it.
heard. Also,
Yeah.
next time,
Next
can't do
time.
everything in one go. You know,
That's true.
gotta leave some for next episode.
Did you go to Grand Central Station?
Yeah, I did do that.
How about
Uh,
I don't know what the
there's a
park
big
is.
one.
Central Park. That's the other
Yeah,
place.
yeah. Well, it's a humongous park.
Yeah.
It is so big. Um, we saw some things there. There's this like 3,000-year-old Egyptian obelisk that they just brought over from Egypt, and they put it up in Central Park, and it's just there.
Does Egypt want it back?
No, it was a gift.
Oh, is a gift? What?
I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know why. Um,
They're just gifting obelisks. I asked that
um,
because I saw in the news there's a few things. There's been a few news stories of like museum artifacts that are held in Western museums, and like the countries where they came from are asking for them back or stuff like that.
yeah, the
So
British Museum is the big one. British Museum, they have all sorts of things from everywhere.
it's just called the British Museum. Where is it?
Yeah,
Is it in Britain?
you never heard of it? It's like no, it's in London. Yeah,
I've never heard of it. No.
they have all kinds of things there. They have like the gates of Babylon, uh,
They
all
have the
kinds of
whole gate there.
yeah, pretty much. They just like brought the the wall over. They have the Rosetta Stone there. Um,
I don't know what that is. I always know the only idea of Rosetta Stone that I know is it's like a language translation service.
oh yeah.
I don't know what it actually is as an artifact.
Actually, so the name of the service is very apt for what it does.
Hmm.
So basically, people didn't know what hieroglyphics meant, right? Like the Egyptian hieroglyphics, they couldn't read them until like the late 1800s, when this guy found this tablet. And it was like some note. I don't remember what it was, like a love letter or something. I don't know. And it was written in like three languages. It was written in like Greek and uh, some other language that I remember. And then it was also written in Egyptian hieroglyphics. And so the guy was able to like figure out.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. So he was able to figure out what the hieroglyphics meant by translating it to Greek
So it's like the first interlanguage dictionary or something where you could
for
like
hieroglyphics.
for
Yeah.
hieroglyphics, yeah.
Yeah, but it was just like a note
Okay.
that was translated into three languages.
I mean, that could help with at least the hieroglyphics that are on the note, right?
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
know like what corresponds with what.
It was the jumping off point. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did you go to? I remember when I went to New York, there was a like a wax museum.
No, I
Um.
didn't go.
Okay.
But there's a wax museum that's there. Uh, I remember like seeing it.
Yeah. There's
I didn't go in there.
also. I'm thinking what else New York is famous for, like Times Square. Like you could see the
Yeah.
ball, right? They have the thing. Do they? Can you see it?
You mean that like the New Year
Yeah,
ball?
like the New Year ball.
I mean, maybe I saw it. I don't know. I saw a lot of ads. That's like what Times
Oh
Square is
yeah,
known for, right?
yeah.
The big screens. Um, well, they really turned capitalism into a tourist attraction. Just straight up ads, and that's like the big thing.
It's pretty overwhelming. Like
Yeah,
just screens and flashing
it's a lot of lights.
lights.
You go there at night, and it looks like day. There's so
Yeah,
many lights.
yeah.
It's crazy. Um,
Um, I was
I mean, there's
thinking,
the museums, right? The Met. I went there. It's really big. It's a big museum. The MoMA. I
isn't
saw the
the
Starry
Met
Night.
is the Met the one in Night at the Museum?
No, that's the Museum of Natural History. I went there also.
Oh, is that in New York or is that in
That's in New York, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I went to three museums. I went to the Museum of Natural History, which is the Night of the Museum one. I went to the Met, and I went to the Museum of Modern Art.
Hmm. Did you
So
see the giant Tyrannosaurus Rex? Is
yeah,
that
yeah,
actually in the museum?
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
There's like a big. Yeah, I mean, there's so many big dinosaur things. There's like one with the long neck that's also there, and then there's the
The
T
one with
Rex.
the long neck.
I don't remember what it's called.
I don't
But
know
that was
either.
really cool. Um, yeah, I saw the Van Gogh painting, the Starry Night.
Yeah, that one.
I saw that at the Modern Art Museum.
That's modern
Uh,
art.
it's pretty modern, like late 1800s.
When does modern start? Like 1800s, 1700s?
I think the museum had everything that was after like 1850 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you could say that's modern. It's like 200 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
It's a
even
little
200
less,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's like people were doing sciencey things then. The
Hmm.
world was a changing.
Yeah. How about the Met? What's like the time range of stuff that's in the Met then?
Oh, they got all kinds of stuff. It's not just art too. It's like history stuff. They had like Egyptian artifacts there. There were some gold sandals and paintings from Egypt. Yeah, I say a bunch of Egypt stuff because that was like one of the two exhibits that I actually saw before the museum closed.
Oh, do you guys go late
uh,
at night? Or
I
later?
went later. It closes at like 5, so you can't
Hmm.
really stay there too late.
Yeah.
Um, I saw this gun exhibit that was like old guns, and they were very ornate, and I thought it was pretty cool.
How
They're
old
very
is
fancy.
old?
Um,
Like muskets? Or
yeah,
even
like 400
earlier?
years old.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they got like arquebuses and stuff.
Hmm. So this is like before Revolutionary War era.
Yeah,
Even
some
before
old
that.
guns. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
some like early guns.
I saw there's this picture that I saw of a really old like gun system, and it was basically like it was just like a square box and had like 30 barrels. So
Like
basically
what?
like you like lit them all and they all shot or something like that.
Oh, is this Chukanev? Is that what that is?
I don't know the name, but it just had a very distinctive look because it was just a box with like a
No,
bunch of barrels and they
Chukanev
all
is the
shot.
crossbow.
Oh,
No, this
okay.
is the unique unit for Korea in Civ 5. Um, I can look it up. Korea unique unit, and it'll be the name of the thing.
Fucking nerd.
The Hwacha.
The Hwacha. Is
Yeah.
that what the gun is called? Hwacha?
Uh, yeah. And
Oh, I see it. I see it. I got a photo.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it looks like it. It's
See,
just a
90% of
yeah,
my history knowledge is Civ 5, actually.
pretty crazy. Yeah. Do you ever play? This is slightly unrelated, but do you ever play the Victoria games by Paradox?
No, I never did, but I heard they're coming out with a new one,
Yeah, that was
Victoria
the
3.
connection. They had like
Oh, good.
PDX or whatever. Like last week or this week,
Oh, yeah.
and they were announcing stuff with all the Paradox games.
That's like big news because with these Paradox games, it's like Half-Life 3, you know? People always make memes about it. People always make memes about Victoria 3. Like, they're never going to come out with it.
Well, when was Victoria
Uh,
2? Like, how old is that then?
it's an old game. Um,
2010. Oh, okay, that is
yeah,
old. Wow. That's worthy of that kind of like meme moniker then.
yeah.
Pretty old. Um, yeah. I wonder when they decide to like make a new game. Like when are they gonna make EU5
Dude,
or
I don't know, but it's about time. People are like shitting on the new U4 DLC. Um, it was a complete disaster. It got like 5% positive reviews.
yeah.
Uh,
Is it just the game design decisions or was it like the buggy nature of it that they're shitting on
both
it for?
probably. I mean, it like broke the game, so yeah. I mean, both. I think.
Yeah, but like were the game design changes like bad as well? Like how they affected the meta or how you played the game?
Um, they were very exploitable. I don't know if it's a very thin boundary between a bug and
A
a game
feature.
design choice. um, it was pretty bad overall.
Okay.
People were not happy with it, and
I
people are now talking about how it's time to move on to E5.
I mean, how would you have faith if they're the same publishers? Like they're gonna make the same kind of decisions, aren't they not? If you like make a new game.
Yeah, but they also made CK3 recently. That was like a 2020 game.
I know, but
Uh,
was it received very well?
extremely well.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and so people still have some faith. It's a wishy-washy company, Paradox. They have some great hits, and then they have that U4 DLC.
Uh, it's also kind of it's like a single company, right? But they have like they just like specialize in this kind of RTS genre.
Yeah, they have a niche.
They have so many different games also. I didn't know like how spread out it was.
Yeah, they have City Skylines too, which is completely different than everything else they do.
I mean, they have also. I'm looking at their like game catalog. Um, they might just be publishers for some of these though. But like, there's a game called Surviving Mars. Yeah, they didn't develop it. They're just okay. They're a publishing company too. I forgot about that. Like Race Arcade. I don't think they developed that game. No, yeah, they published it. Okay. How do I look at what they only developed though? Wondering. I don't know. It's a lot of games, and it's all like RTS. Yeah, yeah. Wait, City Skylines. It's not. They didn't develop it. They published
Or
it.
did they not?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was saying that's like kind of very different. So I would be really surprised. Um. Yeah. That's that. So overall thoughts on New York? Would you want to like?
Live there?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I mean, honestly, it's an incredible city.
Hmm.
I mean, things that happen there. You know, it's lively. That's like the place to be.
Did you
Yeah.
stay in a hotel that was like in the downtown area?
Yeah, it was like a couple blocks away from the Empire State Building.
Okay, so how noisy was it like during night?
Not very.
Okay,
It wasn't that bad. I mean, it was like, yeah, not very noisy.
that's good. I feel like that's always like a characteristic that people note of New York, especially in like media, like books and stuff. It's like the city that never sleeps.
Hmm.
And like how the noises. persist through the night.
Dude, I was trying to find the bathroom one time. It was like midnight. Okay, literally everything was closed. City that never sleeps, my ass. Okay.
I think that only
Every
applies to
single
the
building.
traffic. Like I bet the streets are never sleeping, but maybe all the businesses.
Yeah. I mean, the lights were on, but no.
Yeah, you probably need
I
to
even,
revisit the city when you're like 21 plus and start going to visiting the nightlife. Maybe that's where you'll see the never sleeping part of the city.
maybe. There was a gentleman's club right outside the Times Square.
Is
So
that gentleman's club? Is that supposed to be like a?
I think it's a euphemism for a sex club, but
Oh, okay.
or a strip club. But yeah. Speaking of which, the one place that I found that was open was a porn shop, and they didn't have a bathroom. So sad.
Wait, at night? Did you not have a
Yeah,
bathroom in your own hotel?
we did, but we were very far from it. We were going to the Brooklyn Bridge. I needed
Oh,
to use the
oh,
bathroom.
I see. Okay, you were guys like were just walking around at night.
Yeah.
Okay. Did it feel safe doing that at night? Like I guess
I
if you were
mean,
in like the very urban like populated touristy areas, probably.
yeah. I mean, we were also like a bunch of guys that
That's
are
true.
young and
Yeah.
healthy.
I mean, that doesn't stop some people, but that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a gun can fuck that up pretty quick. So
That's true. Also, when you were talking about gentlemen's club and strip clubs, I've always heard of strip malls, right? I never knew why it was called a strip mall. I actually still don't know why it's called a strip mall, but I now have the exact definition of a strip mall in my head. Which is like it's like a mall, but like all the stores are on like a street.
uh-huh.
Um, yeah, that's just basically what a strip mall is. I don't get why it's called a strip mall though.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
Looks
still
more like
didn't
a shopping
explain it.
complex to me.
Yeah, it still sounds like a just a shopping complex to me too. So, I saw that from a video. I don't know why, but I was watching stuff about English, like the language, and some of its like weird characteristics and stuff like that. There's this one particular Ask Reddit um like video that was summarizing this Ask Reddit thread where they asked people who learned English as a second language what are some of the weirdest quirks or weird things about English that you thought were cool or mind blowing. And one person was like, I don't understand why strip malls are called strip malls. And I was like, I relate with you because I don't get why they're called strip malls either. Doesn't really make sense. Um, yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of interesting stuff about English as a language. Like, did you know English has 12 tenses?
Um, yeah, linguists are kind of weird when it comes to tenses. I don't really know what tense means. I'm vaguely familiar with some things, but no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know there were 12 tenses either. I just searched this up here. Present simple, present progressive, present perfect, present perfect progressive, and then the same for like combinations, but for past and future. Uh,
Yeah, I don't really think about this. And the only time you think about the kind of stuff like this is when you're learning the language,
yeah,
right? Like when we learned Spanish, we learned about these tenses.
I know,
But
but if you're learning the language right and you're trying to speak it, you kind of have to pay more attention to this because you're like very aware of how you're conjugating stuff.
yeah,
Um, like maybe for a very native Spanish speaker, they can just use the correct tense for verbs like really easily, right? But whenever I have to do like a writing assignment or speak it, I'm very conscious of like, okay, wait, how do I conjugate this verb into the
yeah, I
correct
don't know if that's
tense?
the right way to go about teaching a language anyway, because that's not how native speakers learn, right?
Yeah, but it's like an
Maybe we should all
important.
revert back to babies. We need to find a way to.
Okay, well, the how native speakers learn, all they do is just they get taught like the very. I mean, native speakers, they have to learn that kind of stuff also. They just because they're always using the language in all kinds of situations, then they kind of just know and get used to using those different. They associate like different verb tenses with I don't know, different situations in their life when they like say something.
It's because it's very natural. These rules are things we've done to come up, like, to describe the language. You know,
Yeah.
like the language developed naturally without anybody actually thinking about the present perfect all this, right? Just at some point, people were like, okay, let's sit down and like write down rules for this thing that we already do. You know, what rules do we follow? And then that's how they came up with this stuff.
Yeah. Like
There's a descriptivist
how
stance.
does new languages even like develop then if not from the ground up of establishing rules? Like is it you
I don't
take
know,
an
bro.
existing language and then you have like this group of people and then they start like modifying some stuff through slang and then that becomes like just a part of the language and it just keeps modifying until you have a new language?
I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Just kind of call things different things, use words, and hope they catch on.
Yeah. I
If it
mean,
can be understood by people easily, then
it works.
it'll be adopted. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Language is funny. I don't know. I guess it all started with people grunting in different ways for
Yeah,
different
and somehow
things.
that all developed into all of these fucking different languages. It's
Yeah,
pretty,
it happened naturally too. It's so weird.
yeah.
Wait, it's like a superpower, honestly. Wait, we literally have the power to read minds, Patrick.
How so?
We can just ask questions. No
Okay,
other species on the planet can do that.
that's true. Well, I mean, how does that constitute with reading minds? Like other species can communicate with each other. If reading minds means communicating ideas between two different organisms of the same species, can't other like animals do that too?
Yeah, but we can communicate very complex ideas.
Okay.
Like we
So
can.
that's just the difference between simple mind reading and advanced mind reading then.
So we are advanced mind
Oh,
readers.
okay. We should all become market yourself as that. That's how you
Yeah.
develop your own
I
business,
am a
yeah.
mind reader.
I am an advanced
Oh,
mind reader.
in New York, um, we saw a bunch of like psychic shops or whatever, like
Did you go into any of them?
diviners or whatever. No, no, but they all charged
What?
$10, which I thought was pretty funny. Every single one. That's like the standard price of a psychic reading, $10.
The economy, microeconomics of the psychic industry.
Yeah. No, I did not go into it. Maybe next time I'll try it out.
Just just make a shop and charge $9 instead and you'll win the whole market. That's how you do
I
it.
mean, yeah, we saw one that was charging $5, and we were like, "Whoa,
Whoa.
that's some competition."
Whoa. Yeah, that's good. Alternate just set up that business as a alternate source of income, yeah.
Yeah,
I was watching a video. There's this it had one of those catchy titles. It was like I read the top 50 books about money. Here's what I learned. Um and he was just talking about um well, surprise, he was talking about what he learned from those books. And he was like saying one of those things was like you need alternate sources of income, like different revenue streams. Um, yeah. So set up a business, you know. That's how you make it rich in
a
life.
mind reading business. Yeah,
Yeah, mind reading business.
you gotta hire some mind readers. We can start an empire of mind reading.
Yeah. I'll be the first employee.
Okay.
What's my position title?
Um.
Nice. Yeah. No.
See,
It's all good.
you're off to a
That
good
is
start.
good.
You're
Yeah.
off to a good start.
I know. We just communicated it through. Yeah, that's fine. Straight garbage. Uh, yeah. Okay. Wait. So you went to New York. That's like that wasn't the whole week, right? Like how long were you in New York?
um, like 5 days. I
Okay,
went
that
on
is like
the
a whole week. Fuck.
Tuesday, and then I came back on Sunday.
Okay. Never mind. That was the whole week. So did you do anything like else before the period between finishing finals and then going to New York?
Yeah, I went out to a restaurant with some friends. Got some more restaurant food.
Very basic.
I watched The Boys
Oh,
on
yeah.
Amazon
How was
Prime.
that? Did you finish?
Both seasons, yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
What'd you think of we're gonna put a spoiler alert here in case
are we? Okay.
people haven't
Uh,
watched it. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be much help. I remember the big plot points, but
yeah, it was a lot of blood and guts everywhere. That was
in oh, actually in both seasons, yeah.
in like everything, yeah.
I mean, it just started right away with the first episode, right? When
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
So how would you
one thing I didn't get was why Rainer's like the FBI lady or whatever,
yeah.
her like nose started bleeding before her head exploded. That's a spoiler, by the way.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
but
like
nobody else's head was bleeding, or nose was bleeding before their head exploded. That was like a
oh,
dramatic warning. I don't know.
maybe they just wanted to, I don't know, test that for the first time. Or like, I don't know, tease it, show off the that was like the first head exploding that we saw, I think, in the show, right? So that could be
Yeah, I
the
guess it
reason
was for
why.
dramatic effect.
I don't I don't why was her head exploded? Was it because she found out something about the congresswoman lady? Or like
Probably.
okay. Like I forgot
She said
why.
something about a puzzle and how it's a coup from the inside, and then her head exploded.
I feel like they could have done more with that character, but she just died. Like that was like pretty early on in season 2 also, wasn't it? Like it was
Yeah,
like one of
yeah.
the first few episodes, so
Well, they had to get rid of somebody disposable, right? And I guess she was the most disposable out of all of them.
that's true. Yeah. What
Yeah.
even was the end of season 1? What happened at the end of season 1?
Butcher was taken to his wife
Oh,
by
yeah.
Homelander.
And they killed
Yeah.
the corporate lady who was running
Oh
the
yeah,
she was like
Stillwell.
breastfeeding. She was
Dude, oh, it's
breastfeeding.
it is so fucked up, bro. Wait,
Wait,
Homelander is
which part?
so
Just the part where she breastfeeds him, or the part where he has the other dude who can shapeshift?
okay.
Fucking
The whole Homelander Stillwell arc is incredibly fucked up. But like the stuff he does with the milk. Oh my god.
what does he do with the milk? I forgot what he does with the milk.
You don't remember when he went up to Stillwell's office and then got her like breast milk out of the fridge,
And he
and
was
then
like
like
drinking it.
yeah.
Fuck. Why'd she even put
Oh
it
my
in the
god. Every
bottles?
time. No, he loves milk too. Like that's his like drink of choice. Like every time he would go to his son's house or whatever with Becca,
Yeah.
he would like get milk and then he would drink the milk. And the movie, I mean, the camera would like focus on him drinking the milk. It's like
It's
you
probably
like
like
shudder
it's that
thinking
like
about it.
symbolic, of his connection. Like he didn't have a mom, right? I think that's like the main thing. Because
Yeah.
he was like synthetically made, right? From the doctor dude. Um
Was he made? I mean, I thought he was born and they just took him away from
oh
his parents or whatever.
oh shit. Was he born like that or did he get the an injection of all that. What I don't.
No, he had to get the compound V for sure.
Okay, yeah,
That's like the key plot point.
yeah,
Compound V.
yeah.
Okay, wait, no, that's Homelander. Incredibly fucked up character.
Uh huh.
Just because of the milk.
Yeah.
Dude, the milk is weird, bro.
I mean, the parts that really were like weird in season 1, I think, was with the deep with like his gills. I don't even know what the fuck was going on with that shit. Like when they showed that for the first time.
Where the Deep is actually such a useless character.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. His
Yeah, like at the
powers are
very
garbage as well. Like he can't control the water like Percy Jackson, right? Oh, there's another connection. Yeah, Percy Jackson. Huh?
I don't know what Percy Jackson can do. Like Katara.
Yeah, wait, but can he control the water? Like control waves and shit?
No, I think he can just talk to fish.
Okay, that actually is the most useless fucking garbage then. How did he even get on the 7? Like
They needed a fish boy.
didn't do
I
shit.
don't know, man.
Yeah. Also, I'm just thinking of all the fucking crazy shit that happened. Who is the lady who is A-Train's like girlfriend, like secret drug dealer girlfriend? And then she like crushed the dude's head and she was like coming orgasmic.
Wait, this show is like, honestly, I think it's too much sometimes. You know, like they're just being gory for the sake of being gory and shocking.
I like it.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty funny.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
of it like pretty crazy. Um yeah. Like I forgot basically everything that happened. Uh except for like what happened to their kid, Butcher's kid at the end? Like
Oh, he killed his mom, right?
yeah, I know, but like
And then,
afterwards what happened? Is he like up to
oh,
no?
they took, what's her name, Mallory? They like took him away.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And how about
Yeah, yeah.
how about dude, I can't remember his name. What's the main character's name?
Uh, Huey.
Huey. Huey and
You know, funny thing, right? Huey is a nickname, but it's longer than his actual name.
Hugh.
His name is Hugh, yeah. And they call him Huey.
It's more pleasing to say than Hugh.
Huey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's it
Betty Huey.
what's the lady's name? The Lightbringer?
Starlight.
Starlight? Yeah, but what's her real name?
Annie January.
Is it Jenny?
Annie
Annie.
January.
Oh yeah, Annie. Her last name's January?
Yeah, kind of funny, right?
What? Did they actually say that in the show? I don't remember that
Yeah,
part at
yeah.
all.
He calls his mom. He calls her mom Mrs. January.
Mrs. January. Is that supposed to symbolize something?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
The start of a new year is a symbol for the start of a
Yeah.
new era of superhero-ness.
Yeah. Uh what happened to the black dude evil man in season 2?
Oh, the guy from the Mandalorian.
He's like I've never watched the Mandalorian, but he's like the corporate dude, right? He was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
higher than Stillwell. Yeah, did he
Stan
die?
Iger. No, he's around.
Okay. So nothing really happened with him then. He's still like
No.
okay.
He's a good actor. I like him.
Yeah.
Um, he was the big bad in the Mandalorian. Also, he's a good villain.
Mm.
I think.
I mean,
Very menacing.
he hasn't really done much. Like it was
Exactly.
all
That's what I like. That's what I like.
okay.
He like his style was very much like threatening by not doing anything. Yeah, he's just kind of in the back.
Yeah. And then the new character was a fucking Stormlight or
Oh yeah, the racist
the racist
Nazi.
Nazi lady.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Yeah, I didn't really like that direction. They kind of turned the show in very Donald Trumpy kind of.
I know they
They
made
had
a
like a
huge amount
second
of
message.
references with that. Like especially, I mean, with just like her general persona, but also with like the memes stuff. I don't think that's as much of a connection, but that was like a kind of like a pandering thing to um like
Yeah,
modern
the
day
memes are
culture.
garbage too.
Yeah, they weren't really weren't
They're from
that
like
good.
2012. The block letters or whatever.
Yeah, bottom text.
Oh my god. Uh, and she literally said "Make America Great Again" or something like
Oh
that. I
yeah,
don't know if you remember.
yeah.
Literally, just uh, thinly veiled
Couldn't be
jab.
any more obvious. Yeah. I think that's
I don't
what
know how I felt
most
about
people
that.
were saying about like they enjoyed season 1 a lot more than season 2. I think both were pretty good, but um especially the end of season 2. I like that. Like the ending with how um everything happened.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, so they use blackmail way too much. Like that's their only tool for getting things they want. Blackmail, blackmail. I'm gonna show this video. I know you did this thing, and you have to do it. That's the only way they get people to do things.
Yeah.
Uh, Bruh. And then Maeve showed that video with the plane to Homelander, and it was like, "Leave us alone." And then Homelander was like, "Yeah, okay." And then he flew away. I mean, come on. Homelander could literally annihilate the whole planet. Yeah,
Wait, when was that? That was when Maeve
at the
was with her
end.
girlfriend?
No, that was at the very end. Like she was
Oh.
blackmailing him because he was gonna take the kid away.
Oh, okay. Wait, Maeve was there at the end
Yeah,
with the kid? Like when the
yeah.
kid
She showed
killed.
up at. It was like Maeve ex machina. The
Oh.
Stormfront was like beating them up, and then Maeve showed up, and she was like, "I'm gonna beat you up now."
Mm,
And then she started beating them up.
yeah. Yeah. Overall thoughts then
Yeah,
on the show? Like, did those things bother you enough where you like started not enjoying the show as much?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not like my favorite thing that I've ever watched. I
Mm-hmm.
guess. I mean, I don't know what is. It was pretty good. I liked it. I'm excited for season 3. I'll watch it when it comes out.
Yeah, me too. And we should watch it all. Like, we should get everybody
Yeah.
else to watch it too.
Oh yeah, we'll be in person back
Yeah.
home. I mean, back at
It'll be
Pittsburgh.
the new Man in the High Castle.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think we'll have as many good memes from it, but yeah. Uh, hopefully it won't turn out like Man in the High Castle. Just disappointing third and fourth season. That will
yeah.
not be fun.
I never watched them.
Maybe you
I don't
should.
even remember much that happened in the first two.
That's okay.
No, I'm not like you, Patrick. I made a commitment to watching it with the boys when we come back to campus. I'm keeping myself to that.
I am gonna justify it for myself in that I'm saving you guys your precious time because it is not worth it. It wasn't worth it. Yeah.
Oh, I really liked Frenchie though. I think that was my favorite character.
He was good.
Yeah. Apparently, he's an Israeli actor. He's not even French.
Yeah. Like that's like kind of in Man in the High Castle, you know, the Japanese dude. Is it Kiko?
Chief Inspector Keto.
Kito, yeah. He's like
Yeah.
Malaysian or something.
Yeah,
Or
his accent isn't really Japanese. It's kind of not.
I mean, did Frenchies sound French?
Yeah, for most of the time, it sounded pretty French.
Yeah, I guess.
Uh,
It was pretty good, yeah.
yeah.
I
And
liked
then there's
how
the
he
girl
and
that.
Kimiko or
Uh-huh.
the what was her nickname? Is like the woman or the lady? I don't know what her
Does she have a
sibling.
nickname?
Yeah, like her real name's Kimiko, right? But there was like some
Yeah,
other way to describe her, and it was just like it was something like very mundane, like the woman or something like that.
I
Um,
don't know.
I like how
You like how
she
they
and
ended up together?
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's alright.
I don't know why I like it. It's just satisfactory. It was good.
He learned the language really fast.
Yeah.
Also.
Duolingo experts hate him. Watch him
Sign
share
language.
his 5 secrets.
Hmm.
It was good.
Yeah, I feel like Homelander should have way more control over the situation.
I feel like
Like he,
they justified like how the blackmail works is because he wants to be loved, right? He wants to. So
yeah,
like if you blackmail him with that like social shit, people are not gonna like him. So I guess that's why,
I
right?
mean, he could literally just laser the phone. You know?
Oh yeah, that's true. Google Drive backups though, man, you can't deal with it. I don't think he
He
can.
could burn the whole apartment down where she lives. Oh, she lives in Vought Tower, doesn't she? I don't know.
No, I'm saying if she backed that shit up on Google Drive, right? He can't.
Oh
Is
yeah,
he
yeah.
gonna burn all of Google's data centers? Like, what's he
He
gonna do,
literally
man?
could. Though. I mean, nobody's gonna suspect him, right?
I mean, that's
Just
like
do a little bit of
that.
arson.
That's part of the plot point, though, with like the plane that he shot down in like episode 2 of season 1. Like they had the laser holes in the plane, right? And then
Yeah, yeah,
Stillwell
but
was like, "Why'd you do that?" or something like that.
yeah, but I mean, it's Vought. Vought can handle it. You know, Mr. Edgar
Yeah, I
will take
guess.
care of it.
I mean, why doesn't he
I don't
just
know.
tell Mr. Edgar and then Mr. Edgar will be tell Maeve like stop.
No, but Mr. Edgar wants the child separated from Homelander. Remember?
Oh, what? No, I don't remember that. Why does he want
That
them
was like,
separated?
you remember when Butcher made the deal with him?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was all like behind Homelander's back.
Yeah, yeah. So they
Yeah.
were like, the child is a contingency, you know, like in case Homelander dies or whatever. The child is like Homelander too. So you can't keep all
Mm.
your eggs in one basket. So you want to separate Homelander and the kid.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that's
Yeah,
like their justification, like Vought's, for
yeah,
wanting to separate.
yeah. Billy Butcher.
Yeah. You know that actor, like I only know him from you wouldn't even know from Lord of the Rings. Like
Uh huh.
he was in that. It's the only reason I knew him before, but he's a good actor. Also, I feel like he always did the same shit though. It's like the same kind of I mean, the persona I feel like never changed. It was always just the um like the same haughty attitude.
Yeah.
Uh
Dude, the way he talks also is the same every time. He would do this kind of like flick with the head every time he spoke. I don't know if you noticed. He turns his head in a certain way every time he speaks.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. It was a very static character.
Did you
That's okay.
binge watch it? Like just episode after episode?
No, I watched it over a few days.
Okay.
Uh,
I was gonna
Mostly
say,
because
like those things would probably be more prominent. Like you'd notice it easier if you like watch them all back to back, because you just like you'd be like overloaded with being exposed to their characters.
yeah, maybe. I mean, I did watch a few of them back to back, especially after I got back from New York. I watched them before and then some after
Oh,
because I
okay.
couldn't get through it all.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I
Nice.
also really like to capture the details. So, like, I like rewind over some parts to watch it again, just in case I missed something. I like to like soak it in.
Do you do that with like
So,
all shows that you watch? Like you like to rewind?
if I'm watching it alone on my computer, yeah. If I'm watching with somebody else, I'm not gonna like make them rewind. But yeah, I like to do that.
Makes sense. Yeah. Well, while you were watching The Boys, last week, so in the week in between, after finals, I did a couple things. One movie that I did watch. Have you heard of Three Idiots?
Oh, the Indian one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I might have watched it actually. I don't
yeah.
remember.
my friends had watched it before, and it's like a how you would say, I don't know if cult classic, but I don't know if it's actually
Uh-huh.
a cult classic.
No,
But
it's a
like,
very popular movie. I know that.
yeah, it's pretty good.
It's funny, right?
It is funny. Yeah. I mean, like some of the things were just uh somewhat normalized. Like it's for comedy, so I don't find a big issue with it, but like they literally ruined just this one dude. Like straight up embarrassed him in front of everybody, and they felt no shame at all. It was just kind of brutal. It was kind of ridiculous. But it was really funny. And yeah, why did I bring that up? I don't know. Oh, it was also a fucking long. I think it's the longest movie I've ever seen. It was like 2 hours and 50 minutes. It's like up there
You
with
never
like
seen a?
Titanic or
Uh-huh.
Titanic is like that also. Or was Titanic like 3 hours long? It was like they were
Yeah, it was
both
long.
long ass movies. So it was good though. Also, something that was really interesting in the movie was they switched between in like Hindi and English, like just back and forth within the same conversation. Just one
Oh, it's
sentence
very
in
common.
English, one sentence in
Uh-huh.
Hindi. It's just
Very
all
common. Very
over.
common.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You listen to like my dad does that all the time. You know, whenever
Yeah.
he's talking with
Like
family.
I know that
Uh,
happens. This is the same kind of shit I do when I talk with my parents. Like I switch between uh like Mandarin and English all the time with like vocab words and stuff, right? Or if
mhm.
I like can't really express myself. But I didn't know they would do that in like movies too. Because this is like a straight Indian movie. It's not.
No, yeah, it's common for Indians to do it, especially because English is like an official language over there. Like
Yeah,
they're taught in school, so like everyone knows English there.
that makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, and so there's like a lot of influence. So they'll drop in some English words here and there.
Yeah, and it just flipped all over the place. Like especially, there's like a lot of like vocabulary words that are like in English. Uh, I can't think of any examples, but it's like words that you would think maybe they would say it because like the rest of the sentence was in Hindi, but then they use like an English word to like
I
describe
know.
it.
Okay, so this is how I know. Like I can't speak any Hindi, right, or any Bengali. Um, but I'll know what my dad is talking about with his family or whatever, right? Whenever they're having a conversation, because they'll just like say random words in English for no reason, and so I'll be able to pick up like the idea, the gist of what they're saying.
Hmm. Yeah, it was just something I really noticed, especially with that movie. Like a lot of English all over the place.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's just common, I think.
yeah. It also had a lot of like ideas. It was about. Do you know the general gist of like the story of the movie? What happens?
No, you're gonna have to remind me.
Okay. It's like these three dudes and they're two of the dudes like they're all going to the College of Engineering or something. They're
Oh, is this the
becoming
one where
engineers.
like one of them is like a super genius or whatever, and he
Yeah.
like goes to college for somebody? Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it has a lot of follow your heart, like don't learn just to get a degree, but like learn because you want to don't learn just to get a job, but learn because you want to be interested in it and shit like that and like follow your heart. Um
Yeah, I agree.
which is, I mean, they're good sentiments, but I feel like it's not always true. Sometimes you gotta, you know, do stuff for the career, just for the career, because that's like how we
I
live
don't
in our
know.
world.
I mean, that depends on what you do, I guess. I think you can do what you want. I mean, as long as what you want is
Financially
STEM.
viable. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I feel like a lot of the time it isn't, so it's tough. That's not to say the message is bad though. I enjoyed the movie. It was a good movie. I liked it. They also had the
Yeah.
obligatory like two musical interludes in between. with
The
Indian
All Is
people.
Well song? That's a very famous song, I
All
think.
is well. And also
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other one, Zubi Zubi, uh, Zubi Dubi Dop. I don't know. Fuck.
I don't remember, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the all is well. Is that just like famous in India in general?
Yeah, I think so. People say that a lot. Um,
I felt good. Like, there was like a specific plot point in the movie, and I like called it exactly like 10 minutes before. I was like, I know what is gonna happen. It was like the part where, who was it? The one of the daughters of the main professor antagonist person was about to have their baby, and then they got the baby out, and then the baby wasn't breathing. And guess how they resuscitated the baby?
I don't remember. Did they like?
They did
I don't
the
remember.
they put their hand over their heart and said all is well, and then the baby
So
kicked. Yeah. It was like from earlier in the movie, like whenever they said all is well, the baby would like kick. But then as soon as they did that, I was like, I knew it. I knew it. That is what is gonna happen. I felt like a genius. I felt like the dude, fucking Rancho, who's
dude,
the
you
genius.
predicted a joke in the movie. That's like sad, don't you think?
How's that sad? That's not even a
Dude,
joke. How's that a joke? It's like a good thing. That the Is it a joke that the baby survived?
I mean, it's a joke that the baby kicked when they did the All Is Well, right?
I
Like
know, but that was before. That was before. Like the baby would kick inside the mom's tummy. So
yeah, that
then,
was like that's a build up to the joke. That was the punchline of the joke, right?
well, you know,
Baby comes out.
I don't give a
So you
fuck.
you you predicted the punchline. That means that the joke was a bad joke. So that's what you're saying, Patrick. You just
Is
shit on
that
their joke.
true? Like, in order for a
You
joke to
rained
be
in on their
good,
parade.
it has to be unpredictable. I don't think that's true.
It makes it less funny, I think. See, you didn't even think it was a joke because you predicted the end.
Because it's
You were like,
not a
"Is that
joke.
even a
How is
joke?"
that a joke? It's just a.
That's the punchline to the joke.
But that's not a joke. How is that funny?
That's hilarious. What do you mean?
I think you're
The
just.
baby,
No.
the baby kicks. The baby kicks every time you say "all is well," and then the baby comes out not breathing, and you bring it back to life by saying "all is well." That's hilarious,
That's just a plot point. That's not a joke. Are
bro.
you
Wait, in
laughing?
what
You're not
universe?
laughing. You're not laughing. That's not a joke.
Well, no, because I already saw the movie. I know what happens. All right, he
Okay.
just reminded me what happens.
I disagree. I don't think that's a joke. That's not.
But literally, wait, okay. In what universe do you say "all is well" and then the baby just like springs back to
I
life?
know that's like a plot point. That's not a joke.
Okay, jokes can be pop. The whole movie's a joke, right? Like it's a comedy. But the point of it is to be funny.
Hmm. Maybe. I guess. I will tentatively disagree, but
There's a Mexican remake, Tres Idiotas.
is it like the same story but Mexican actors? What are they doing instead? Going to College of Engineering still? I wanted to make an edgy joke, but I don't know if it would have really made
Two nerdy
sense.
friends and their arch rival from college embark on an adventure determined to find a college roommate who disappeared without a trace on graduation day.
I mean, that is Three Idiots. Except like
Tres Idiotas.
the why don't they make an American remake? I don't know. Two dudes and their arch rival went to Carnegie Mellon University, and they look to find for their lost roommate who went to they went to School of Computer Science. Okay, you know what? This is garbage. This is why I'm not a writer. I can't do it. Yeah. It was a good movie. I've said that like 5 times, but I liked it. That wasn't all I did. I also I've started reading again, like this week in between.
Oh yeah,
Huh?
yeah. What have you been reading?
Uh, I I've been reading like a few YA novels, like young adult novels. Um, there's this
Quality
one,
literature.
huh?
Quality literature.
I think it's entertaining. Um, there's this one series. It's called One of Us is Lying. Uh, and it's about it's like a murder mystery kind of thing, but it's like of like with high schoolers and shit. It was pretty good. And I read the sequel called One of Us is Next, which wasn't as good, and it had a lot of really dumb plot plot ideas. Like actually I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was just not as good as the first one. And the
It's
first
okay.
one,
You can spoil it. I'm never going to read this book.
and maybe you should read it. It's pretty I feel like it'd be a fun time. Okay, you know what? I don't
I
care.
don't think I'll ever read this book. I'm sorry.
Alright. I wouldn't want you to read it if you hadn't read Percy Jackson first also. You know, that should be at the top of
Uh
your
huh.
priority list.
My young adult novelist.
Like,
Okay,
you have a 5-day weekend this weekend, right? Why don't you just
I
read the
do.
book then? I gave you a link to where you can get the book for free and read it,
Um,
and you're still not gonna read it.
I mean, don't you think I'm a bit old for reading this kind of stuff?
No, you read books like 1984, and that wasn't written in 1984. That was written even earlier. And this book is in like the fucking 2000s. You read Harry Potter? That's like older.
That's not. Don't you? I said, don't you think I'm a bit old to be reading
No,
this book?
no. You're still it's targeted for young adults, right? You're a young adult,
Ye-
young
no, but
strapping.
that's not really what young adult means. Young adult means like 12-year-olds, dude.
That's
Like,
not true. They're
yeah,
not
it's pretty true, bro.
adults. No, 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 no. Young adult. Young adult is generally a person in range from late teens to early 20s. What did I say?
No, that. It's in the context of real life. This is not real life. This is novel. Okay, young adult novels are targeted toward middle schoolers.
That's not true.
Literally. I mean,
Oh,
come on.
fuck, it is.
When did your friends?
Young adult fiction is a category of fiction written for 12 to 18 years old. Okay, well, you're only 2 years above. It's not that much worse.
mm,
Like, I think you can still do it. You're missing out on a component of every young adult's childhood. Cultural
yeah,
literacy. Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Like, what else are you gonna do this weekend? Give me a list of things that you're gonna do that are not gonna allow you to read this book. What's one thing you're gonna
Well,
do?
right after this, I'm gonna go play some volleyball.
Okay. How long is that
Um,
gonna take?
I
Exactly.
mean,
Exactly. Okay.
about 3 days, I think.
That is fake news. You're not gonna be playing volleyball for 3 days straight. Okay.
I mean, you don't know me. I go hard, bro. It's been a
Okay.
while.
Sure, volleyball. Um, what else?
Uh, I started watching Invincible on Amazon Prime. It was
Okay.
recommended to me by a friend.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I'll watch that, I guess, too. Um,
Okay. That's not gonna take your whole weekend.
you never know. I don't know how long it is. Do you know how long it is?
Yeah, I do. It says 6 hours and 4 minutes of all the episodes, so that's not gonna take your whole
Really?
weekend.
Wait, I'm like almost done. Wait, what? I mean, who knows what is next?
I think you're
Uh,
just scrambling for excuses and you
yeah,
have
bro. I
no
don't
good
want to watch.
excuse.
I don't want to read Percy Jackson. All right. I'm sorry, Patrick. I'm sorry. Okay, maybe I'll read it. For you, I'll read it. All right. How long
Damn.
does it take? Like 2 hours?
Exactly. It's not even going to be any time, right? You're gonna finish it and then you'll be like, if you can read the first book and then you say that it's so garbage and I don't want to read anymore, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You gotta read the first book first before you can say that for the rest of the series.
All right.
Yeah?
All right.
How do we even get to here? Oh yeah, I was talking about the other book. Fucking I feel like it's an incorrect characterization to say that they were YA novels now, because I feel like a little kid now for reading those.
See, this is why I don't read them because I feel like I look like a little kid. I should be doing manly things like watching cartoons on Amazon Prime.
um, yeah, I don't care. It was good. I've also been so I read that book and another sequel called One of Us is Next, and then I read another book by the same author called um, It Takes Two Can Keep a Secret. That's what it called. Um, and before I start reading any of these books, I usually will just look on Goodreads, like a website for like books and shit, where people
Yeah.
will like give reviews and shit. And I'd at least see like what is the general consensus or opinions on this book. And then I like go back there and read like the more spoiler reviews after I've finished the book. And like people on that website are fucking crazy with how they say they're good at predicting endings. I don't know if it's just me and I don't have any experience with mystery novels, but I can't predict those endings, but they're really good at them, apparently. I feel like they're lying. Like there's no way. But maybe. I'm coping.
It's just some practice.
I'm coping right now.
Yeah. Tell me the setup, and I'll tell you the ending. Yeah. Play a game.
No, there's way too much to describe in the setup though. Okay. So, you know what? I'll give you a whole synopsis of the book,
Okay.
right? Okay, this is
All
the
right.
book Two Can Keep a Secret.
Two can keep the secret.
There's these two twins. One of them is the main character. She's called Ellery.
Celery.
Ellery, yeah. Okay.
Like celery.
Yes.
Sorry, celery.
Okay, I'm gonna try and keep it to only the relevant things with the actual mystery. So the relevant thing is she lived in California. Now she's moving to this small town in, I don't even know, Vermont. I think it's Vermont. Yeah.
Okay.
The first
Land of
night
Bernie
she
Sanders?
the first night she goes to Vermont, her grandma like picks her up, right? And they're driving home from the airport, and they come across a hit and run, and a dude dies from the hit and run. Like they don't do the hit and run, but they come across the guy who died. Okay, so that's like one thing, right?
All right.
Then there's another main character. So there's like two POV characters. One of them is Ellie. The other one is, I literally already forgot his name. Something with the M. It's like Marcus, I think. Okay.
Marcus.
So you got Marcus.
Ellery Marcus.
Marcus is okay. So actually, now I need to describe the backstory of this small town. The backstory of this small town is that Ellery's mother had a sister. So Ellery's mother used to live in this small town. Then she moved away because her sister got murdered here.
Right.
Okay, so there's a sister who's dead.
And her grandmother lives in Vermont. This is Vermont City. Right?
Her grandma still lives there. It's like the same.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So the Ellery's mother's sister, so basically her aunt, she died there like 20 some years ago, right? That is one of the ladies that went missing / got killed. Another 10 years after that, there was another lady that got killed, like who was like in her teens or whatever. So there's this other lady that got killed. Marcus is the brother of the main suspect, who was never officially a suspect, but was like who everybody in the town thought had killed the lady. Okay, so Marcus's brother is the main person that everyone thinks killed the second lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now Marcus's mother, there's this big, since it's a small town, there's this family that is basically like the most popular family, right? They have like influence and stuff. Marcus's mother marries the dude, the dad of that really popular family. So now they're like in the family and they live in that family's house. And so this dude, this dad person is like the super influential guy who like I don't know, is popular and shit, right? And now Marcus is his son-in-law, and the dude also has a daughter, and now he's a
I mean
brother-in-law.
stepson?
No, like a actual daughter.
No,
The
I mean like Marcus is his stepson, not
Oh,
son.
yeah, his stepson. Yeah. And the dude has a daughter, so Marcus is now the stepbrother of that daughter person. Okay?
Okay, stepbro, got it. Yeah.
Or his stepbro. And fuck. There's so much. Okay. So that's that. Then as soon as so the night that Ellery, the night after the hit and run. Oh, not the night after. There's like a funeral service for the dude who died from the hit and run, right? Ellery is there.
Okay.
Basically everybody in the town is there, right? And then basically what happens is outside, while everybody's inside the building with like the funeral service, outside, someone spray paints a message that is like, haha, killer back or something, and is like, I don't know. It's like some kind of, it's like a message saying, "Oh, the person who killed the other two ladies, they're back, and I'm ready to kill more people." Right? Okay, so that happens. Um, right. Ellery meets a friend at the school, or she's not really a friend. She meets a person at the school, right? And they're kind of like amicable to each other. Um, then eventually, I'm fast forwarding a huge bit now. That lady dies. That like friend person dies.
Rip.
Okay? And what's crazy is what happened is so in between Ellery and Marcus became friends, okay? What happened is the twins, so Ellery and her twin brother and Marcus were together and they took the person who died. Her name is Brooke, okay? They were the last people with Brooke before she died. So basically what happened is Ellery is basically at work. She works with this person, and there's like some kind of staff party going on. And at some point, they're alone. It's only just Ellery and Brooke. And Brooke is like drunk, but she's also acting strange. And she's been acting strange for a little bit. And she's like trying to break into this locked door at the place where they work. Um, yeah. So there's like that thing. And then basically, since she was super drunk, they offered to take her home. Marcus and Ellery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Marcus takes them both home. He takes Ellery home, and then Ellery goes off, right? And then Marcus takes Brooke home. And he was the last person to see her, and then she disappears and is later found dead. Okay? So everything looks like it's Marcus, right? Because first of all, his brother was like the main suspect before, right? And now he's associated with this disappearance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I mean, what are the characterization?
Jesus.
I'm explaining the whole book right here, right? Okay? We're stopping in this midpoint. Do you have any suspects right now with all the people? It's not often that we have an audio interjection, but this episode is a special one. So if you've been listening closely, this past few minutes I've been talking about and describing the basic events of the book that I was reading, Two Can Keep a Secret. And right after this little audio interjection, Elan is going to make a prediction on who is the real killer so far. So please, before you continue, think of yourself. Who do you think is the real killer? And then continue on and keep listening to find out the real answer. I've described.
Influential dad man.
Why? Why influential dad man?
There's no other reason for him to be in the story.
I mean, I describe other people. There's like the mom as well, and then there's like the daughter as well, right?
Is the mom here? I thought she was in California.
Oh, okay. No, I mean the grandma. Okay. Oh, oh,
Okay, but
okay.
grandma gonna
I mean,
kill.
I feel like it's unfair, okay, because there's a lot more suspects that they introduce, right?
Uh huh.
So there's like this dude who's called Ryan Rodriguez, and
Okay.
and this dude. So there was like two people who died before, right? The Ellery's aunt, and then the second girl. This
Uh-huh.
guy.
Okay, wait. Okay, it's okay. Ryan Rodriguez didn't kill them. If he did kill them, then you would have brought up all already, right?
Okay.
Right? Okay.
I don't want to continue because surprise, surprise, you were right. It's the dad. But like,
Okay.
I feel like it's unfair because I did bring all of the possible suspects into the story before, so it's not fair. Like that's the
Uh-huh.
your reasoning there for explaining why or thinking it's the dad. It wouldn't have held up if you actually read the story because there would have been
I'm
other
sure.
suspects, right?
I'm sure.
So
Uh-huh. I mean, he's probably he sounds like the most despicable person in the story, though, right?
how is he the
Like
most despicable?
rich, influential, has all the power. He's basically Homelander, bro.
Okay, but he's not
Right?
related with anybody. Like,
Exactly. Even better. He needs to keep up his appearances, you know. And there, that locked door, it had his secret, you know, his secret power juice. He couldn't let anybody see that, so he murdered them.
fucking hell. I mean, I think my point still stands. I think if
So,
you read the book, you would. If you read the book, there's no way. There's no way. Like,
rather sure.
okay, maybe, but like, no, no.
Come on, and Marcus is the one driving the car. All right,
Marcus,
he's the new stepson. Okay.
he's not the one. Okay, but you're wrong though. He wasn't the one who drove the car, who hit and run.
No, no, no. I didn't say that.
Oh,
Driving the car with the girl
oh, I
on the way
see.
home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I completely forgot about the hit and run.
Wait, so did you suspect the dude was? Okay, never mind. I didn't explain anything correctly anyway, or like, well,
So
um,
what was the motive?
am I just explaining the whole book now? Okay, so the dude that died from the hit and run, it was totally accidental, but it was the stepdad, and Brooke was on the same car. Okay,
Uh
so
huh.
wait, I actually forgot why Brooke was on the car for some reason. Brooke was on the car for some reason, and
In the car with the stepdad?
oh yeah, and it's because I think the stepdad had an affair with a fucking young lady. That's why. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of fucked
Okay.
up.
Okay. Yeah. Dude, it really is Homelander. Okay. So yeah, they killed the dude by accident, and then the other guy, the Brooke, she later wanted to like fess up, so that's why he killed her. That's basically the motive. Um, And it turns out he was also behind the other two killings, like Ellery's aunt and the other lady. So,
Uh huh.
uh,
Oh, there you go.
there you go.
So predictable.
No,
Did you literally mentioned him once? Come on.
okay. That's because
It's so obvious.
no, that's only my fault. It's not the book's fault. It's only my fault with how I described the story.
Uh huh.
I don't think that it
All
was
right. Well,
that
you can
easy.
listen back to the recording and see how obvious it was from when you said it. All right.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I think it was my fault that I made it obvious.
All right.
That I mentioned the person.
All right. Well, audience, you be the judge of that. Okay. Actually, Patrick, when you're going back and editing this, I want you to put a little thing. All right, telling them to pause before I make my guess and see if they guess the same thing. All right.
Okay.
I want all of our listeners, plural, to
Yes. All of our listeners, yes.
to to participate.
Leave a comment, and I guarantee you, they're all gonna say the dad too, because it's like I said, I think it was my fault, but not the book's fault. And I guarantee you, if you read the book, it would not be that easy.
All
Or
right.
maybe it would. Maybe I really am garbage. I don't know.
I mean, it's like that other. Remember, you were telling me about a book before.
Yeah.
And I also predicted the ending.
Wait, what? Which book was this?
The one where the guy committed suicide at the end or at the beginning or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that was One of Us is Lying.
Oh.
Wait, was that about like 4 kids and like
I don't remember. Somebody died and it was turned out that he committed suicide.
Yeah. Yeah, that
He
was...
didn't even tell me anything about the plot. He just told me that he died. That's what I said.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's just the author then. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this is what you get when you read young adult novels. You know, it's not exactly Tale of Two Cities.
Have you read that book? Is that supposed to be a good book?
It's supposed to be some fine literature that I was supposed to read at some point.
Charles Dickens. Before and during
It's
French
the
Revolution.
that's the it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. You heard that before?
No? What does that mean?
You've never heard that before? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times?
I think I've heard the saying. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's like extremely famous.
And it's from that book.
Sequence of words. It is the first words of the book.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, with all that description, it makes it sound like I kind of wasted my time reading those books. It's okay.
No, it's good. I mean, did you learn any new words, at least?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did learn one new word, but it wasn't from reading. It was from yesterday when I was playing Fibbage with a couple of friends. Do you know the word enervient?
Well, I don't know what fibbage is.
Oh, you know Jackbox Party Pack? That game?
Oh, yeah, okay. That's one of those.
Yeah. Do you know
Okay.
do you know what the word innervate is?
Innervate? No.
Yeah, I learned that word. So, I guess that didn't help my point about the books. But
supply an organ or other body part with nerves.
Yeah.
Literally innervate. Okay, gotcha. Innervate.
Innervate, yeah.
It sounds like a very useless word.
Yeah.
That you would never use.
It's only probably because that friend is studying for the MCAT, so he probably has to know that word. And that didn't help me at all because I didn't learn that from the books. I really didn't learn any new words. So, you know,
well,
I got enjoyment from the books. Yeah.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah.
That's what really matters.
I also read another book that I'm reading right now. It's called the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Is she invisible?
No, she's not invisible.
Is she just unpopular?
No, not that either.
Is she black?
Holy shit! No, that is not true. That's like the plot point of the Invisible Man, though, right? He's like black.
Yeah.
I don't know why I know that.
That's a famous book. People know things.
But that is not the reason why she is the Invisible Life. The reason is because she did a deal with like some old god in the book. It's like a fantasy.
I thought this book would be about.
It's like maybe I should have said the author writes like, I'm not gonna say YA. It's maybe it is YA books. Fuck, I don't know. She's invisible because the thing is, as soon as someone goes out, as soon as she goes out of sight of somebody, they lose all memory of her.
Oh shit.
So every interaction with someone is always a new interaction. That's basically the premise of the book. And then,
Wait, even if they like look away and then look back?
okay, it's kind of like murky, like how they really define it, but it's more like if they go out of the room and then they come back,
Okay.
then they lose all memory, recollection of her.
What if you like ask somebody to get you a glass of water or something?
Yeah, that's one thing that happened. Like, she like asked for help from this lady. Like, she showed up at her doorstep. The lady went inside to like go help, and then when she came back, she's like, "What are you doing on my doorstep?"
Why did she
So,
come back to the door?
I don't know. She got like the urge to like come back or something, but then she forgot all about her. Like, that's kind of like,
Mm,
I don't know. It's very wish-washy how the magic works. They don't really explain it
fair enough.
because it's
All right.
magic. Yeah.
Sounds like an interesting concept,
Yeah,
premise.
and the plot point of the book is that suddenly, at one point, she meets a guy who actually remembers her.
Oh, how romantic.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah. I haven't finished that book yet, but
Okay.
yeah, that's what I've been doing. Interesting. I don't know. Books are fun. Books are. I like reading stories, and even if they're predictable stories, you know, if I
Yeah.
read more of those, maybe I'll develop the same level of insight as you and all those other good reads
Yeah, I don't actually think I
reviewers.
have an answer. I think it was actually your explanation.
Yeah. You know what? We I've read 3 books of that author, right? Two can keep a secret, and one of us is lying, and one of us is next. I've explained the first 2 that I said, so we still got one of us is next. I can
Uh-huh.
test one more time if.
All right.
Let me see. Wait, actually, I kind of forgot what happened in that one. What was the big twist? Oh, I know what the big twist is. Wait, there's no way that you would get that because. Okay. I don't think it'll work because, like, as soon as I mention the person, like, I think you'll know it's him or her. I'm keeping it mysterious, their gender. Him or her. I think that one's gonna be even more obvious. Like, cause the dude who is like the main person, the dude is gender neutral.
He or the dude, the gender neutral dude.
Yes, the gender neutral dude. You know, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. I think that's the main point I was trying to say.
All right, I'll have to read the book, I guess.
Yeah, sure. You're gonna have no clue what's going on because it's a direct sequel from the first one that I said.
It's all right. I already know the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I like these books. It's fun. Uh, let's look at what I was bored this past week, right?
You were born?
I was bored
Oh,
because
I
you
see.
guys have all. How could you think that was what I meant?
No, I was very confused. I was like,
Um,
whoa. You know,
yeah,
you've ever heard of, is it called like last Tuesdayism or whatever?
Glass Tuesday.
Like the universe could have been created last Tuesday or something, you know? And then we were just implanted with all the memories. Just kind of started living in media res, so to speak, you know?
When I search up Last Tuesday, I see that it's an American Christian punk band formed in
Oh,
1999 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
oh, sorry, it's last Thursdayism. It's my bad.
Oh, okay. Last Thursday Theory. The next thing that pops up is Reddit. Okay, that's a good start. Last Thursdayism. We were all created last Thursday and programmed. We can't actually disprove the Last Thursday Theory. Okay, sure.
This actually makes it a bad theory. I don't know if you're familiar with Karl Popper unsatisfiability or unfalsibility, but just because this is unfalsifiable, it's a useless theory. But
What does
it's interesting to think
unfalsifiable
about.
mean? Like you can't prove it wrong?
You can't prove it wrong, right? So it doesn't mean anything to us. Like with most of everything that we do in science, like quantum theory or whatever, there's like all sorts of things that could prove it wrong, and basically everything we've thrown at it has not worked to prove it wrong. So we're pretty confident that it is right.
Yeah.
Like when Einstein came up with relativity, and they all like waited for the solar eclipse to see that one thing to see if he was right, and then he was right. You ever heard of that?
No, I've actually not. How does relativity have to do with the solar eclipse?
There was like this one thing about how the sun like bends light or whatever, and that would like cause some stars behind the sun to be different than other stars. I don't actually know how it works, but all the physicists were like waiting for the next solar eclipse, all excited to see if Einstein's prediction was right about how the light would bend or whatever. And so
Wow.
then the solar eclipse rolled around, and they got out their telescopes and looked, and he was right. Lo and behold.
Wow. Einstein's just a Chad then.
Yeah.
Big man. Good for him. Yeah. I was bored, so I was looking around on baby names. Um,
You have some plans?
I mean, not currently. Like, I don't expect to have a baby soon, unless I don't know. I was trying to make a joke from that, but there's no good jokes, so I'm gonna not make a joke. Um, and there's this SSA.gov, Social Security Administration. They have a whole list of baby names. Maybe I shouldn't have put the picture here. I wanted you to guess what were the top names.
All right.
I
First one's Liam. Yeah.
Wow, you're really good. Okay, so I have the picture there, but I mean, are there any that really surprise you? Because I know for sure Oliver surprised me. And then for female, Harper as a number top 10.
Is
Or
this 2020 though?
yes,
Because
this is
like,
2020.
okay, well, yeah. I mean, you don't interact with people that were born in 2020 very often, right?
Okay, but have you ever even
So
heard of Harper as a name very commonly?
yeah, I mean, it's a common name, I guess. I mean,
Okay,
I wouldn't be
name
surprised.
name a single person you know called Harper. It could be a
Um,
celebrity or you personally know. I know
who
one.
wrote To Kill a Mockingjay? Mockingbird, sorry.
I don't think that was a Harper. To Kill a Mockingbird.
Bird.
Kill a Mockingbird. It was. Oh, it was Harper. Fuck.
Oh man, I didn't even know that. I mean, I did, but yeah, I did.
Okay.
um, yeah, that's Harper.
Okay.
I
How
said
about
To Kill a Mockingjay at first. That's
how
pretty
about
cool.
how about Oliver? This is number 3 on top male names of 2020.
Yeah,
Do you
I mean
know an
Oliver
Oliver?
Twist. I
Okay,
don't know
no,
an
but do you
Oliver.
know
No.
any personally? Any of Olivers?
Okay, well, we were born like 20 years ago, bro. The times are changing.
Well, I guess. Like some of these names seem so old. Like Elijah, that's like a fucking biblical name, isn't it?
Okay, well, I mean, all the white names are
I
biblical
know,
names, pretty
yeah.
much.
But that one especially, like, okay, like it's maybe not that surprising that they're popular, but I thought there would be other names that are more popular, right? Like John isn't even in the top 10.
Yeah, John is such a bland name. You know, that's a
And
who
Liam is
wants to name?
better. Henry is
Who,
better.
would you name your kid John? No, but John is like it's like a vanilla name. You know, Liam is like more interesting. Also, isn't Liam a nickname for William?
Really? Maybe.
I thought it was like short for William.
Oh, it is. Liam is a short form of the Irish name Uliam, of the old Germanic name William. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like Brad. That's
What?
short for Bradley. Brad is
Oh,
short for
really?
Bradley. Yeah.
I didn't know
I
that
guess you
either.
can name your kids that. Or Ben is short for Benjamin.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. Benjamin at number 7.
Yeah, or Jim is short for James.
I didn't know that one. I thought Jim was
Yeah.
just a name. Or like Dick is for Richard.
Yeah. Or Huey is short for Hugh.
That's a good. Yeah, I mean, there's some surprising ones. I searched up my name, and it's like uh, it's pretty common.
No kidding.
No kidding. Wait, I don't know if it's in the. Let me just check again. Yeah, it's not in the top hundreds though.
Oh, really?
For it recently, it went to 205 in 2020. Is sad. Actually, it's okay. When I was born, it was in the top 100 rank. So
Yeah. And then it gets less popular. Yeah, it's like cycles, you know? Like nobody names their kid Mildred anymore, right?
Mildred,
But they did like 100 years ago.
who's famous that's
So
called Mildred?
I don't know, but I mean that's a name you've heard before,
No,
I'm
I've never
sure,
heard of
right?
Mildred.
You've never heard the name Mildred?
Like Mildred?
Yeah.
No, I would only know of Mildred if there's like a famous person, right? And I can't.
No, but that's like a common name, right?
I've never heard of that.
Um,
Like, give me another example besides Mildred. What
uh,
was another common name?
Agnes.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
That's a
That's
kind
mainly because it's like the second result is Agnes of Elder Scrolls. um. Oh, you're not supposed to spell like that. It's Agnes. Agnes. Agnes
yeah.
name. It's because I've seen that in like those like period fiction novels that are like set in like old ages or whatever. And they have characters
Okay, I
called
don't think
Agnes.
it's the. I mean, no, but I mean, like 100 years ago, that was a very common name, also.
Agnes? Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or even like 60 years ago. I mean, people. I mean, I have a great grandmother named Agnes.
Damn. Agnes was in the Bible too. She's a beautiful
They're all
girl.
biblical names. I
Mildred,
won't be
really?
surprised.
Mildred
I mean,
Bible.
probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Is Mildred a biblical name? It's a girl's name? I
Yeah,
thought that
yeah.
was a guy's name. Oh shit.
You really have never heard the name Mildred?
No, I've never heard of Mildred. I've heard of Agnes, never heard of
Well, I'm
Mildred.
shocked. I am actually shocked.
I mean, it shows because I thought it was a guy's name. Mildred.
All the famous Mildreds were born before 1950.
And what are they? Like, list one. No, famous Mildred.
You've never heard of any of these people. You can look on the Wikipedia page, and there's a bunch of famous Mildreds.
Mildred Barber Abel, Mildred Adams, Mildred Albert, Mildred Aldrich. Yeah. Famous Mildreds. List of famous people. Mildred Burke.
American Doll Collector, Mildred Seeley.
There's a current one. There's a dude. There's a dude. I told you, dude's gender neutral. She's a TV chef right now. Mildred G. Swift.
Well,
Interesting.
yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously there's some people alive today that are named
Yeah.
Mildred. It's a common name, but it's less
Yeah?
common now.
Wait, let me actually search up Mildred. It's not in the top 1,000 of any year of birth beginning with 2000. So.
Well, there you go. So it's not. Also, like, I mean, a guy's name you want? Gilbert. That sounds like an old name.
Not really that old though. Gilbert.
No, I mean all of these names are like ancient, right? They're like 1,000 years old. There's just like a cycle of how popular they get.
Mm.
So right now these are
So
not
what you're
popular
saying
names,
is
but
Agnes is gonna come back at some point.
probably, yeah.
Mildred, Gilbert.
Because right now all the Agneses are like old ladies, you know. So as soon as those people are forgotten, then it will become popular again, probably. Well, I mean, some names will never come back though, right? Like
Adolf.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bartholomew, but I guess that might come back.
Wait, why not Bartholomew?
I mean, that seems like a really old name, right?
It also seems like a mouthful. Just call him
Yeah.
Bart or Barf. Barf.
I think Bart is short for Bartholomew.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Bart short for Bartholomew? Bart is a masculine name, a diminutive of Bartholomew, sometimes
Yeah.
of Barton. Bart System. Bart Simpson. His actual name is Bartholomew Jojo Simpson.
Jojo.
Wow. The BART is also a... Is that in New York or... Oh, it's in the Bay Area. That's what their transit system is called. The BART.
Oh, really? In Dallas, it's called the Dart.
D-A-R-T. In
Yeah.
Portland, it's called the MAX. M-A-X.
In Dallas, it's short for Bartholomew.
I don't think the MAX stands for anything. Oh, yeah, it doesn't.
Maximilian.
I don't think it stands for anything. Oh, it does. Metropolitan Area Express.
Yeah,
Right.
Dart stands for it's like Dallas.
Area Regional Transportation.
That could be rapid transit.
Oh, yeah, that's a better name.
Yeah, it's not very rapid, but
Is it not
I
good?
mean, it exists. Nobody uses it.
Really? Do
I
people
mean,
use
it's
like what public transport do they use then? Do they use like buses?
uh, cars, pickup trucks,
No, so like in
occasionally.
Dallas itself, like the city itself, like people don't use the
Oh,
buses and shit.
I mean, maybe I guess. I people. I mean, I don't really go to Dallas ever.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, when you went to New York, like what you think of the subway system?
Oh, it's so easy to use, bro. Wait, you just if you have like the Google Pay app or Apple Pay or something, you can just like scan your phone on the subway stall,
Hmm.
and then it works. You don't even need to get like a card or anything.
How about was it hard to figure out where to go, like the map and figuring out like where all the trains went? Was
Um,
it harder compared to other
no,
cities you visited?
you can just like use Google Maps, and Google Maps will tell you which subway line to take.
Okay. That's true. This is
Yeah,
like this is where the phone really helps. I was
yeah.
thinking back because when I visited New York, it was a lot when I was a lot smaller, like back in like middle school or elementary school. That kind of stuff was not as easily accessible.
Oh yeah, so you
Um,
have to use the map.
yeah, and I remember New York's was super complicated
Oh yeah,
compared to like Boston. Like Boston's was a lot easier to understand than New York's or like Portland's. So that's
yeah. There
just
are a lot of lines.
yeah. Do you have the opportunity like I know there are like abandoned subway stations and stuff. There's some that like turn into museums and stuff that you can like go to.
Oh, I've never actually heard of that, but I guess next time.
Yeah. It's a plot point in this book that I was reading, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Because this lady, right? So part of her thing is the people forget her, right? But she also can't die. So
Oh, what?
she's like a 350-year-old lady.
Wait, what the fuck?
But she doesn't age also, as in like her looks. She still looks like when she had this curse thing when she was like 20 something. So she
Oh
looks
wait,
the
so when she
same.
met this guy, it's just like
She met this
300
guy,
years older.
yes, in New York. Yeah. And there's just
Okay,
like
yeah.
this plot point where she like knows all the secret like subways and shit of New York, and she was like she like knows a lot about New York because she's like lived here for a while. So
That's kind of. I mean, would a relationship like that even work? If you're
I mean
300 years old, like.
I mean you adapt to the times, I guess.
Yeah, Stormfront did.
Yeah. Like if you didn't know she was an old Nazi, right? Like she could have just been a regular villain who wasn't an crazy aged Nazi.
Yeah,
Like her
I mean, she and
man,
Homelander got along just.
I mean, yeah. So I don't think it's impossible. Plus, you don't have to like showcase your age, right? Plus, especially with her, I've said plus a lot, but with her, everybody forgets her, right? So she said like part of the thing in the story was it showed how she normally interacted with people who weren't like the guy who remembered her, and they'd just be like basically like one night stands or whatever. um and I don't think so. Like maybe you're right, it would be hard because first of all she wouldn't have any practice because everybody forgets her, so she can't really maintain a relationship ever.
Wait, has she been like that since birth? Or
No, she was like, okay, I guess I'll explain more of the story. Like, so she lived in this small city called Villon or something in France,
uh-huh.
and it's like the typical person living in small town. Like they want to escape, right? And they feel like they're hemmed in and they can't explore the world, and their whole life is gonna be stuck here. So then she like prayed to the gods, and she was like, please, I want to live forever or something and travel the world or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And she got her wish, but the god was like a devil god, so there's like a drawback, and that's the drawback. So she did this when she was like 20, and she's about to like get married, like married off to like this dude. So
Mm.
she's not a kid when she had this thing start.
Mm.
Does that story sound interesting? You gonna read it now?
That's an interesting premise, but probably not.
Yeah. I mean, that's the main reason why I was like, I kind of want to read it at the beginning, because I was like, this premise is somewhat unique. Um, it's unique enough for me to be interested. Uh, though I haven't finished yet, and I'm a little languish to continue because it's kind of turned into like a love story type novel, and I don't know how it's gonna go, and I'm less interested in like how it's gone so far with what it's turned into. So
Mm.
I don't know. That happens with books, like
It turns into a romance novel.
or the book just becomes stupid. Like there's this book, there's like this series called like Red Queen or something. Um, and it's like the premise of the book is it's like a class society, and there's like white people and red people, and the whites are better than the reds. Um,
Damn, they could have made it the other way around so that like
make it woke or something. And
or
actually,
not use white.
this makes it woke, right? The white people are on top. But she's red, yeah. And then she so what makes the whites better is that they have like superpowers and the reds don't. So that's why. But then suddenly she's a red girl and she has a superpower for some reason. And then she's like, it's like some kind of espionage. She like has a superpower, and then some of the white people find out, but then they want to like hide it because then otherwise more red people might be like, oh, uprising. And then it was like somewhat interesting, and then at the end it turned into a really cheesy kind of romance kind because she like falls for this white prince dude, and then I
It's
never
Aladdin.
finished it because it got really bad. So YA novels, man, maybe that's how they all go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta appeal to the
The horny
teenage fantasy.
yeah, the teenage fantasy. Run away with your fucking crush or something. I don't know. Yeah. Well, that was like a deep introspection of basically 1 week of our lives. Um, Now it's you you have a 5 day weekend, so you had Friday off as well.
Yeah,
What was the reasoning for that?
I don't know, bro.
Was that
They
part
just
of
call
like
it.
the Memorial Day weekend too?
I don't think so. I think the company just wants to like. I'm not sure. I think it's because of COVID
Oh,
they're doing
okay.
this.
Well, you lucked
Yeah.
out. Get to come right when they have all these break days.
Yeah, but they did it again. I mean, they did it previously in March also, I think.
A 5 day
This is
weekend?
their second round, yeah.
Okay. Have you met any other you wait, I think we did talk about this. You did have like a social thing with other interns?
Yeah, it was like online. We just kind of talked for a bit. I don't really. It's not like I met anybody proper. I just kind of said hi.
Did you meet your like teammates that you work with? Like the people who
Yeah, yeah,
actually work at the company?
yeah. We have like daily meetings.
Yeah, are any of them in person in the office or are they all like virtual as
Nah,
well?
the offices are closed until like
Oh,
after the internship ends.
where are their main offices? Is it like in
Bay Area.
Bay Area? Oh,
Yeah,
shit. So if it was in person, you'd have to go to the Bay Area?
yeah,
Damn. Maybe that's why they had so much maybe that's like how they compensate because rent there
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is like
For sure. No,
expensive.
that's exactly why.
Yeah, it's lucked out again. You have
Yeah,
3 days, more money. There you go. I mean, everything works out.
everything always works out.
Yeah. So, do you have other interns also on the same team that you're working with?
Um,
Or is it just yourself, like
no,
as the
it's
sole
just
intern?
me.
Okay.
I am the only intern.
And do you know anything about like the project that you're working on yet? Is it web dev?
Um, no, it is not. It's back end. I don't know. It's like there's this framework for. How do I describe? Um, it's basically a productivity tool, right?
Okay.
That compiles like annotations into Apache Flink code. Um, and Apache Flink is a framework for doing stream processing and batch processing.
Okay.
Um, and so I'm going to be doing something with that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. For my experience so far, um, and this like first week that you've done has been mainly focused on like getting stuff set up and like onboarding
Yeah.
and stuff like
That's
that.
all it was.
Yeah. Did
Just
you have to
train. I
watch a
mean,
lot of like training videos and stuff like that?
um, we had some like we have a bunch of training like sessions. Yeah. And some of them are video, some of them are like live.
Oh wow. So like live sessions where like a lot of interns are all in the same call and you all
Yeah.
have to like go through a lesson.
Yeah.
Mm. Um, that's mainly been like my experience too. This first week it's been like all set up and uh training stuff. Um, one of the internal like communications things that we use is Slack. And there's this one channel that is for interns in like software engineering interns who started in May. It has like some 2,700 people.
Hmm.
Um, so one of the training things we have to do is called a like software boot camp or something, and it like goes through the basics of things you have to do, uh, of engineers who work at the company. Like it's like a setup of some of the basic tools and processes and stuff like that. And there's this one part of the boot camp where you have to do like a code review with another intern. So like when this kind of boot camp is done normally, I guess you do it with like a partner in the same room. But since it's all virtual, right, with videos, you have to like find another intern online to do it with.
Uh-huh.
So people kept spamming this channel like saying anybody up for a code review, blah blah blah, and like it just kept happening, right? Because people finished those things at their own pace, and it was like throughout the whole week. So then at one point, somebody made another channel that was just for that. Like if you want to ask for someone, just put it in that channel instead. And they added the whole channel to notify them of them creating the new channel. So they added some 2,700 interns with the add command. So this is like the equivalent of Discord, where you have like a 2,700 channel and you do at everyone.
I wonder if it prompts them, like, warning, you're about to notify 2,000 people.
I don't even know. I why maybe could be built in, but then everybody started memeing them, um, and it was really funny. Like the dude's uh like ID inside the company was Scomp, SKOMP. Sounds like skunk. It's just Scomp, and people just started like adding him, like just add Scomp. There was just like a list of 100 people in a row in the chat, just adding him, and then like his username became a meme, and like someone made like Scomp merch, like they actually like put
Oh
stuff
my god.
on a T-shirt and stuff, and
How
it
does
just
Scum
became.
feel about that?
I mean, he was just going along with the meme, and then eventually, like later in the day, he was like, "Okay, guys, can we stop with this?" Because like apparently his mentor had reached out and was like, "Yo, what's happening? Like this, I saw that you were getting added a lot," and it's like, "What's happening? Are you all good?" So that kind of stuff happened. Also, during that whole kerfuffle, like someone had started a like a Amazon Chime meeting, which is a video call thing, and basically like they were saying in the channel, everybody join this, and then apparently they crashed like Amazon Chime or something, like
Rip.
the or at least that call, and that's basically been the intern experience so far the first week. That was pretty funny, but yeah, I guess it's not as lively. It's pretty huge, like how many people the company employs. Like
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah.
Like a small city, a big city even.
No, it is a big city. Yeah, fucking crazy. Oh, you know what's funny? Like, I have a manager and a mentor, right?
Yeah.
My manager, um, he's leaving within like a week,
Oh,
so
rip.
I'm already getting a new manager like straight away, and it's like the worst timing, or the most coincidental timing, because this my manager had worked at Amazon for 12 years, and then now is when he leaves, right when
Oh shit.
I'm about to start. So might
12
as well
years to
tie up.
Amazon though. Honestly, it sounds like a fucking terrible time.
I don't know. Like, okay, um, this part is still gonna be cut out, but um, there's like maybe they're paid Amazon spokespeople, but you know, like on what was it, Team Blind? Like everybody shits on Amazon, right? Like
hmm
people say, like there were other responses on like I don't know if it was Reddit or on Team Blind, and they were saying like that kind of really toxic or where everyone hates their job is like more associated with specific organizations or teams inside Amazon.
Mm.
So it's not like every engineer hates their like job or whatever, or like is super pipped or whatever. So I don't think it's I don't think it's a company wide. I think it's more isolated with specifically. I think what I saw it was like with AWS stuff. So
Mm.
like teams
I mean,
jump
at the
on
end of
it.
the day, you're working a cushy office job,
Yeah, yeah,
earning insane amounts of money for an entry level position.
yeah. You have to keep your perspective goggles on. Like
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, this is you're very fortunate, especially with
Yeah.
all the other workers Amazon employs. They don't have quite the same luxury.
Luxury. Yeah.
You know, wait. You know what's funny? Like one of the um during our team, there's like a part after the daily stand up where they like it's more like a chill, casual thing where they talk about stuff, and some of the engineers were like joking about they were like, oh yeah, we should set up another team lunch or something, and then it's like we should tell the manager blah 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 blah, and it's like, wait, are we unionizing right now? And they were joking about that. I think they're self-aware of what
It's
fucking
kind of
Amazon
sad.
does. Yeah,
It's kind of sad. They're testing you, Patrick. Be careful.
that shit's just sad. Overall experiences. It's, it's been a slow week. Hopefully it ramps up. I mean yours is like 12 weeks also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna we start and end at the same time.
Awesome. That's great. I can't wait until we're back on campus.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. It's been a
It's gonna
while.
be. Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I think I'm gonna be more excited like all of you, um, everybody else in the friend group, because like most of you have already been there at
I
some
mean,
time.
a lot of us have, yeah,
Yeah.
but not all of us at once. So it's still exciting.
Yes, that's true. Until then, just gotta wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You guys
Well,
yeah. Thank you for listening, everybody.
thank
Stay
you.
tuned
Yeah.
for next time
Next
on
time,
TBD3B.
TBD3B. That was episode 1. It's a new season. By that time, what we were talking about, that would be like season 3, right? That constitutes the new season, I think. It's still a while away.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
many episodes?
probably.
Wait, prediction at the start of the season. How many episodes do you think we're gonna do between now and then?
I mean, I have more free time now, so
Weekly?
probably more.
Do you think we could
I,
stick to a weekly schedule?
I think we could.
We could. Okay. That'd be like 12,
Yeah.
13 episodes then. That would be we'll set that as a goal, and we'll see
Yeah.
if at the end if we reach that.
Hopefully, both of our viewers can stick through to the end.
Yeah. Maybe we can expand, go from we were at 1 viewer for a long time, right? Or listener. And then I mean,
surprise, surprise.
I don't know if the second view listener is going to stick around to be honest, but maybe. And then maybe we can expand even more, It's
Who knows?
it's how expansion works, so stay tuned, and we'll see you all next week, hopefully. And that's
See ya.
that. Bye.
Bye.